All right, today we're unraveling a really fascinating new chapter in a story you probably think you know, connecting one of the most famous monsters of all time to a modern poet. So let's just kick things off with a wild thought experiment. What if Count Dracula wasn't just a character in a book? What if his personal diary was actually real? Well, get this. Not too long ago, an absolutely incredible announcement was made. Volumes of Count Dracula's own handwritten diary had apparently been discovered. I mean, think about that for a second. This suggests that the terrifying vampire from Transylvania wasn't just some character Bram Stoker dreamed up, but a real being whose most private thoughts have finally seen the light of day. Okay, but hold on. As compelling as a real-life vampire diary sounds, the truth behind all of this is actually an even more creative and, honestly, more fascinating story. You see, this discovery is actually the brilliant premise for a new serialized prequel. It's called Dracula Before Stoker, and it's from the award-winning author LindaAnn LoSchiavo. Now, this isn't a book you're going to read all in one go. It's a serialized narrative, meaning it unfolds episode by episode. Kind of like your favorite TV show, it builds suspense and gives you a fresh, first-person account of everything that happened before Bram Stoker's famous novel begins. And that's the crucial thing here. For the very first time, we get to hear directly from Dracula himself. We're not just watching him from a distance. We are right there inside his head. And you see this right away in his very first diary entry. On the surface, he's writing a perfectly polite letter to an English solicitor to buy some property. But underneath, you can feel these ominous, hidden plans already taking shape. And he's pretty clear about his real motives for moving to London. It's not about the culture or the architecture. He's bored and he's hungry. He looks at the city and just sees a hunting ground full of prey. It's absolutely chilling. But the diary isn't all just sinister plots. It also gives us this really surprising look at how he spends his downtime, and it reveals a very, very clever habit of the Count. Okay, so here's this incredible literary twist. It's super meta. Dracula is reading a real-world book of poetry, one that you or I could actually go out and buy, called Vampire Verses. And get this, it's written by LindaAnn LoSchiavo, the exact same author who is writing his prequel diary. It's just such a brilliant way to connect her two works, right? It totally blurs the line between fiction and our reality, almost like she's breaking the fourth wall. It doesn't just build a world, it invites us, the readers, to step right inside it. Dracula even quotes a specific poem from the book. You get the sense he's genuinely intrigued, almost amused, that this mortal poet from America seems to have this uncanny insight into his immortal life. And as it turns out, the Count has some seriously good taste in literature, because in our world, that poetry collection, Vampire Verses, is a huge deal. I'm talking prestigious awards. Vampire Verses has won the Bookish Award and an Excellence in Literature Award, with judges praising its incredible handling of time and just the sheer technical skill on display. And reviewers have absolutely fallen in love with it too. They point to its amazing imagery and how it manages to blend that classic, ancient folklore with a really modern human sensibility. And yeah, regular readers totally agree. They celebrate that the collection has such a strong, clear theme and that the poems themselves tell these incredibly engaging stories. So, where does the story go from here? Well, the prequel doesn't just stay inside Dracula's mind for long. His plans are already starting to intersect with the lives of other people. And this is where the web really starts to get woven. The story starts to bring in characters that we all recognize from the classic tale. That letter Dracula wrote, it lands in the hands of a young, ambitious employee, Jonathan Harker. For him, this isn't just a job. Inspecting the Carfax estate is his big break. It's the opportunity that will finally let him marry his beloved fiancée, Mina Murray. Of course, he has no idea he's about to step right into the center of a predator's trap. So all of this leaves us with one last big question. When we step into Dracula's mind and read his own private thoughts, we have to reconsider one of literature's greatest monsters. What happens to our understanding of a villain when they're no longer just a shadow in the dark, but they're the one holding the pen?